What is going on, guys? Choco HD here, bringing you my first episode of my Sheffield United Career Mode, and I'm going to be the manager of Sheffield. And it's going to be a challenge because they're in the Football League 1, so they're not going to have a big transfer budget, and their team is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's the best, but it's definitely not the worst. They're a pretty good team in the league. I don't know too much about them. I've never really watched them, but from the team that they have, it looks pretty good. And I sped this gameplay up because it's just going to be the transfer window and a bunch of friendlies, so I'll let you guys see the friendlies and stuff, and the friendlies and the transfers that I try and get. And as we look at our objectives, they want us to reach the round of 32 in the domestic cup, and they want us like challenge promotion. It was challenge promotion, so I think that's gonna be pretty easy, I'm not gonna lie. But there's a look at the other teams. There's some good quality teams in here, and then they hit our first team players on the bench for some reason. I don't know why they do that. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, so here's a look at some of our players and what they're worth. I went ahead and tried and loan list some of our younger players, and then I actually released, I think, 2 players that I wasn't even gonna use because they had a lot of really bad players hidden at the bottom of their bench and their reserves. And I'm just looking at, and I'm not too impressed by our strikers right now. None of them are fat. None of them are really fast, which, I mean, I'm not a pace whore, but you need a little bit of pace. And then I'm not impressed with our strikers, so I'll definitely look to change that up. And then also, it said that we needed to find a wide midfielder as one of our instructions. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be looking for one of those. Our best player is our right back, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, here's a look at our squad, and I changed it up a bit, trying to find which players I think I want to use. And I found our holding midfielder, I forgot his name, but he is really old, like 33. I mean, that's not bad. He'll be good, but for like 2 seasons, and after that he's done. So I think I want to try and find another holding midfielder. But yeah, this is me just trying to figure out a formation. But once we get into games and stuff like that, I'll probably do more live comms. But this is just speed through the transfer window and stuff like that, and the friendlies, which I guess would take forever if I didn't want to do a live commentary. It'd get pretty boring, so just tell me if you like it. But I'm looking for a couple players. First one is Daniel Amati, and I like him because he's fast, he's strong. He can play center back or center mid, but honestly, he would be an amazing attacking midfielder because he can shoot, powerful shot. And then also going for Gideon Zelalem, the youngster from the US. But we're not gonna get him because Arsenal are gonna they just got him, so they want to keep him. And then also there's a couple players on Portsmouth. I did a Portsmouth career mode that I did not record, but I liked a lot of their players, and I'm looking for a wide midfielder. Wes Fogden, their holding midfielder Dunn, and Andy Barcham are the players that I really looked at, because Barcham, I played a lot at striker in my Portsmouth career mode, and I'm pretty sure he's the leading goal scorer. And then another player that I was looking at was Devontae Cole from MK Dons, and I really like him. He's super fast. He's like 19, I think, and yeah, he's fast, like I just said. But yeah, and I'm gonna try to get him because he has a really good potential. Excuse me. But I think the key to starting on really low career mode teams is to go to the free agents, because there's a lot of quality ones. I mean, there's a lot of really bad ones too. But we trying to go for Juan Carlos Arce. I think that's how you say it. But yeah, we're gonna try and go after him. He is 29 years old, and he's a bit expensive on the wages, but I tried him out before, and he's amazing. He's about 68 or 69 overall, and he's got really good physical stats, as you can see. And then I'm looking through the midfielders, and I see this guy Thusafalo, and I scout him, and I saw this Perry Quinones or something like that. I don't know, but I decided to scout them because their physical stats looked really good. And then this is another guy I used before, Cedric I know you're gonna try his last name. We're just gonna call him Cedric, I guess. But 21 years old, great physical stats. Excuse me. You know, he's fast, strong, and yeah, very versatile. I think he can play outside back too. And like I said, he's 21 years old. And I just decided to list some players that I know I'm not going to use, or that are too old, that I'm really just, I don't know, not going to use pretty much, and trying to sell them to get more transfer budget. So I'm still trying to figure out my team, trying to get some of these free agents to come in, and I simulate, and they won't let us get Zalalem, or I forgot who that other one was. It's too fast, but yeah. As you see, we get more. They weren't a little bit too, Portsmouth weren't a little bit too much for other players, but I'm still thinking about getting Barcham because it was only 1.2 million, and as we get Cedric, still not going to try his last name, and I realized that one of my center backs is actually a right back, so I decided to start Cedric and put him at right back instead, and it'll definitely be our captain, highest rated player, as we simulate more and more ahead. And so they finished the scouting reports. Thusa Falu is a 69. Pedro Quinones is a 68. They both would be really good starters on my team. So I decided to try and get them. You know, try and strengthen my team. Add a little bit of depth because they'll definitely start right now. As you see, there's my holding midfielder. And yeah, 33. But my other two attacking ones are only 24 and 25, I think. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and probably put Quinones at the center mid at holding mid, and then move my holding mid down to the bench as like a reserve. And I think he's the one that might be retiring at the end of the season. And Thusa Falu is definitely gonna be a starter because I honestly am a little I think it's my right mid or left mids. Yeah, I think it's my right mids that I really need some help on. I don't know, none of them are fast or anything, what you really want for an outside midfielder. But here we're trying to get Devontae Cole, and they offered, I think, 2.1, and we tried to go in for 1.25 million, and they're gonna accept it. Sorry if I spoiled it, which is really surprising. It's a steal, but here we get Thusa Falu and Quinones, and we accept that right away. They're both really quality players after looking at their physical stats and when I scouted them. So yep, they do accept it, and his not transfer budget, his weekly wage is really low, which is really nice. So now we can put him into our starting lineup we got an upcoming friendly. I forget who it was against, but we'll see. I'm just looking for more, I feel like we're a little weak on our defense, so I was looking for another one. But yeah, there's not too many left that surprised me. But then I realized one of the players I released was my backup goalie on accident. I don't know why I did that. He was like he's like 55 overall, and I never used him. So I found that goalie from India, Subhatra Paul, I think. So I scouted him. As we get Devontae Cole to sign, I already spoiled that for you, but we scouted Subhatra Paul, and he is a 64 overall, which is one higher than a goalie that we have now. So I don't know. I definitely need a backup goalie, but I don't know. I feel like we get a lower rated one for a lot cheaper. This is what I want you guys to tell me if I should sign Subhatra Paul right now, or wait. I really have no idea. I mean, I think we definitely need a backup goalie, but I feel like we get one for cheaper that might not be as good, but you know what I'm trying to say. But he would be a good goalie. He would be a really good goalie, I know, but yeah, just looking for a cheaper one really. As I try and figure out my who I'm gonna be in my starting bench players, or not starting players, but my key bench players, I guess you could say, my key reserves. That I'm probably gonna have my bench, and then so Subhatra Paul, he wanted, I think it was 15,000, or no, it was 9,000, excuse me, and we still haven't signed Juan Carlos Arce yet because we have gotten Devontae Cole. So that's another thing I want you guys to know. or I want you guys to help me find out, is if I should get Juan Carlos Arce or try and sign someone else, like, because I haven't really sold anyone. I've only listed people for loan, and I feel like we can maybe make a good signing with some of the players that we have that we're not going to use anymore. But yeah, so tell me if I should get Juan Carlos Arce or try and make another signing, a bigger signing, I guess you could say, with some of the players that we're not going to be able to use, or not going to use because they're old or something like that. So now, yeah, so I'm just looking at my listing up all my young players on loan, because yeah, I'm never going to use them. I wish I could just release him, but see, I released him because he was a really low overall. But yeah, I released too many players after that, so I had to list him on loan. And then one of my scouts found this guy, and his physical stats looked amazing. And he was only, I think it was 20, I forgot. But yeah, really fast, really strong acceleration, stuff like that on Barcelona B. So I couldn't find any other young players as our first friendlies coming up, and so we're just gonna sim it. I forgot to put in Devontae Cole, which kind of pissed me off, and we are going to lose this game. I hate losing friendlies, because before your season start, they're already in bad form, as we get a loan offer that we accept right away, because I will never be using them. And yeah, so we have another friendly, I forget what it's called, yeah, friendly coming up, as I'm trying to, I'm really thinking that we should get Juan Carlos Arce, because I only have one striker that I like, that's Devontae Cole. The other ones I really don't like, so I'm really thinking about getting him, but I don't know if there's another position or a better player that I should be able to get, or should try to get, as the scout report on Adama comes in. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it, and he is just way too expensive. I don't know if I should that yet, but we lose another friendly, and our star left back right back and captain, the 69 overall, he gets injured for 4 months, and as they won, I think it was 7 million for Adama, but we are no way. So another player that I was thinking in getting instead of Arce was Andy Barcham, that I did not submit an offer for yet. So I decided to use Davies, one of the strikers that I'm really no pace and I'm not going to use. So yeah, we get another loan offer for one of our youngsters that we're going to accept. And this video is going to come to an end before our friendly, which I'm probably going to play. So please thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next.